watching it live, then you have more patience than I do. So here we are, it's better late than never. The folks that, it'll still obviously be taped, and you can pick it up on the YouTube site. So just a few things today. Want to remind everybody that our health center employees continue to be tested on a weekly basis. That's something that was started back in June, and the state of New York just updates that pretty much every month. So again, all of our about 150 employees from Canterbury Woods get tested on a weekly basis. All health center, Oxford, skilled nursing, assisted living, including folks at Gate Circle, and we get about a 5-day turnaround on those tests, which is good. We anticipate that that's going to continue for the foreseeable future. And again, every test costs us between $80 and $100, so it's quite an expense to the organization, but we don't anticipate this letting up through 2020 and then possibly beyond. So just reminding people of that. I think last town hall and previous to that, I'm talking about the ability to do antigen testing on site. That's that testing that is done at the point of care, basically. So it's about a 15-minute turnover. You've heard me talk about it. It's going to allow us to allow more visitors to come inside of our building. I've been on multiple lists to buy this testing equipment and continue to be on that. What's happening right now is that the federal government has stepped in specific to these testing units, and they have kind of commandeered the process through the Defense Production Act. So for the next month to 6 weeks, every single unit and the reagents that are being developed for several of these type of tests are actually being bought by the federal government and shipped to nursing homes, assisted living sites in the hot spots throughout the country. Over 11,000 of these are being, taken over by the federal government. We just heard about this yesterday. So originally we had planned to be able to offer these antigen testing by the end of this month. That's simply not going to happen. For those of you who were counting on it, I'm sorry, it is disappointing for all of us. But we're going to look at other entities that might be able to do it for us on a case-by-case basis. I actually just reached out to our lab that we send our other tests to today. They can't do it, but I'm going to continue to reach out to other entities in the area to see if we can commandeer or we can contract with somebody else who has one of these testing kits, and maybe we can do it on a case-by-case basis. So more to come on that. Yes, it's frustrating. It is a reflection of what continues to go on in the country with the hotspots that are being dealt with, the fact that unfortunately there really has been no national plan to develop these units, to distribute these units, to distribute PPE. It's done on a case-by-case basis. There's competing interests for all of this equipment, whether it's personal protective equipment, these reagent kits, these antigen testing machines. And it's like the Wild West out there, folks. I can just tell you that in terms of what you're able to get, what you have to pay for, who's getting it, who's not getting it, who has more clout. It's very frustrating. I share your frustration. We're going to keep on it. It's unfortunate. A couple of things. Just wanted to let everybody know that our touchpoint testing continues. We actually brought that technology in site, so we do it ourselves. Touchpoint testing is we test after we clean. So we do pretty expansive cleaning to all those high-touch areas. You've heard me talk about it before. Handrails in the health centers, flat surfaces throughout the organization, Gate Circle here in Williamsville, push bars on doors, handles. You know, we kind of have a list of things that we go through as high-touch areas. And so we clean them extensively with special cleaners. We pay specific attention to those. And then we go back and we do something called touchpoint testing, which is an examination of if there's any protein still left on that surfaces proteins containing the virus and or other bacteria and viruses. So we do that on an ongoing basis, on a weekly basis throughout both sites, and we've had a lot of success doing that. So that's going to continue. But I reiterate these things to continue to let people know that there's various things that we do and have been doing since way back in March to stay safe and keep the virus out. One other thing, a couple other things. So we just finished PERS, Personal Emergency Response System testing at both sites. Gate Circles happened a few weeks ago, and ours just wrapped up. This is your buzzer, your thing that you wear around your neck, or you can wear it as a lovely anklet, or however you choose to wear it. I want to remind residents, please wear those. Please wear your PERS button. They're very, very important, and even though you don't think you might need it, you never know when you're going to need it. But we do this on an annual basis so that we can find out if they're all working, and if there's areas in the building that we're having signal problems because it's done through an electronic signal, obviously, and there's repeaters and so on. So we have a preventative maintenance program, and typically every year we find one or two or so that aren't working properly, or areas of the building that aren't working properly. But that's why we have preventative maintenance, so that we can correct those issues and we can make sure that they're working and that residents, when they need them and they press, we're going to be there and we're going to be working to keep them safe. So I just wanted to get that out there. I know I had talked about a final hookup for the Lexington Village residents so they could get $13.90 starting tomorrow. I guess I'm the bearer of bad news all day today, because that's not going to happen. We're at the mercy of Spectrum, and for some Spectrum-related stuff, it's just not going to happen tomorrow. We're hoping for Monday now, and I'll have more to talk about at the Monday town hall meeting, so more to come on that. If anybody has any questions, I know this is a little hurried today, and I apologize for that. Apologize again for the technical difficulties that we had at the beginning. If anybody has any questions for anything that I talked about today, you can always email me, rwallace@echa.org. Thank you.